It's never the value of water but thirst. It's never the value of life but death, and it's never about the friendship but trust. The secret to achieving greatness lies in the art of planning. When we map out our dreams, we pave the way for success to follow. Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show is limitation. Look with your understanding. It's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. Life is much more successfully looked at from a single window. I suppose the secret of his success is in his tremendous idleness, which almost approaches the supernatural. So many things are possible as long as you don't know they are impossible. Rule of life. If you bother to ask someone's advice, then bother to listen to it. You like me not because I like you. I like you just because I like me. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. Don't take life too seriously. Punch it in the face when it needs a good hit. Laugh at it. Amidst a crowd of friends, a search for truth begins, to find the few who stand by through thick and thin. The circumstances surrounding your birth is not as important as the opportunity to live life. Each star is a mirror reflecting the truth inside you. Hard work is only a prison sentence when you lack motivation. It's failure that gives you the proper perspective on success. We are more severe judges of our own acts. We judge our thoughts, our intents, our secret curses, our secret hates, not only our acts. Nothing can disturb your peace of mind unless you allow it to. If we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we aren't really living. Sometimes you lie to deceive people. Sometimes you lie because you need the lie to become the truth. I don't know what's worse, to not know what you are and be happy, or to become what you've always wanted to be and feel alone. The most dangerous irony is, people are angry with others because of their own incompetence. I was never aware of any other option but to question everything. In the end, the world always wins. That's just the way of things. We don't receive wisdom. We must discover it for ourselves after a journey that no one can take for us or spare us. A burning desire has devious ways of transmuting itself into its physical equivalent. The progress of the world can certainly never come at all save by the modified action of the individual beings who compose the world. I have always thought that all philosophical debates are ultimately between the partisans of structure and the partisans of goo. The demon that you can swallow gives you its power, and the greater life's pain, the greater life's reply. We choose our joys and sorrows long before we experience them. No other success can compensate for failure in the home. Know what you want, work to get it, then value it once you have it. Life is not like water. Things in life don't necessarily flow over the shortest possible route. People who know little are usually great talkers, while men who know much say little. The distance between insanity and genius is measured only by success. The evolution revolution is here. Global sense makes common sense. Time puts everything in its proper place, and whatever is misplaced is already on the way to where it belongs. Stop blaming outside circumstances for your inside chaos. Don't change your mind just because people are offended. Change your mind if you're wrong. A man is like a novel. Until the very last page, you don't know how it will end. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be worth reading. The best lies are based on the truth, at least in part. Sometimes life doesn't happen in chronological order. For the first time in a long time, I want more than I have. Most of us try to do too much because we are secretly afraid we will not be able to do anything at all. When we sense something, it is due to the movement of atoms in space. When I see the moon, it is because moon atoms penetrate my eye. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. A man's true wealth is the good he does in the world. Forgive yourself before you die, then forgive others. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. Yeah, all things live forever, though at times they sleep and are forgotten. Getting something and having the wits to use it, those are two different things. Spoon feeding in the long run teaches us nothing but the shape of the spoon. Kamampuan Mbeka itu Sabuaramith. Kajmaran Mbeka, Sabua Kebahajan. All the world is queer save thee and me, and even thou art a little queer. Man starts over again every day, in spite of all he knows, against all he knows. There comes a time in your life when you have to choose to turn the page, write another book, or simply close it. The selfish man suffers more from his selfishness than he from whom that selfishness withholds some important benefit. Life happens, shit happens, and it happens a lot, to a lot of people. We are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners of it. There's no way you can kill someone and get to the other side of the experience unchanged. Focus your heart, mind, and soul on joy, and you'll find ultimate success and fulfillment. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. As for methods of prayer, all are good, as long as they are sincere. After you find out all the things that can go wrong, your life becomes less about living and more about waiting. Being able to write becomes a kind of shield, a way of hiding, a way of instantly transforming pain into honey. When it's possible for you to dream, it's not impossible to achieve. Mist to mist, drops to drops. For water thou art, and unto water shalt thou return. Sometimes, the things and questions that make us angry are true in nature, or we know they are, deep down in our heart. The thermometer of success is merely the jealousy of the malcontents. It is wise to keep in mind that neither success nor failure is ever final. Follow your dreams and never ever stop believing in yourself. And one day you will achieve your dreams and feel happy that you never gave up. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. Do not let the roles you play in life make you forget that you are human. Your dreams are worth it. Persevere. Your focus is your power. Harness it. Faith is the bird that feels the light and sings when the dawn is still dark. To free yourself from perceived bonds, you must test the strengths of those restraints and risk failure. The words kept coming back to him, statement of a mystical truth and a palpable absurdity. If at first you don't succeed, destroy all evidence that you tried. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. If it didn't come with being humiliated, it wouldn't be my life at all. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it. Get not the wings of your dreams, for they are the heartbeat and the freedom of your soul. In order to change the world, you have to get your head together first. Doing what I like to do, the way I like to do it, makes me happy. You don't have to choose between being scientific and being compassionate. Nothing isn't better or worse than anything. Nothing is just nothing. Arya Stark. I promise you this, when I embraced my differences and stopped trying to fit in, I ended up where I belonged. Anak muda adala kejalisahin dirap lang kanya adala perubahan. Shoot for the moon. Even if you fail, you'll land among the stars. Being interesting isn't important, but being happy is, as well as being a person you're proud of. Fear can only grow in darkness. Once you face fear with light, you win. Abundance is not the absence of scarcity, it is the presence of abundant mentality. I had a dream about you last night. You were a giant slinky and I watched you fall down the stairs. Strange how the best moments of our lives we scarcely notice except in looking back. Strength is life. Weakness is death. Expansion is life. Contraction is death. Love is life. Hatred is death. A writer must teach himself that the basest of all things is to be afraid. It is only prudent never to place complete confidence in that by which we have even once been deceived. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. My life will be the best illustration of all my work. Expectations make people miserable, so whatever yours are, lower them. You'll definitely be happier.